Welcome to Blue Health Daily.
Top 5 plateau fixes, how to break a weight loss stall. If you've been losing weight and then suddenly everything stops, you're not alone. One week the scale is moving. The next week it's stuck. And after a few days of no change, your brain starts panicking. Did my metabolism break? Do I need to eat less? Should I do more cardio? Is my body just different? And that panic usually triggers the worst possible moves. People cut calories too low. They double their workouts. They jump to a new diet. They start over again. But here's the truth. A plateau doesn't mean fat loss stopped forever. It usually means one of two things. Either your body is hiding progress, or your deficit quietly disappeared. In this video, I'll give you 5 plateau fixes, ranked from the least effective but easiest to the most effective method that works when everything else fails. And yes, fix number 1 is the one you save for last, because it almost always reveals what's really happening. Let's break the stall without starving and without starting over. A plateau is one of the most frustrating moments in the entire journey, because it feels like betrayal. You've been doing the work. You're trying to eat better. You're tracking. You're moving more. You're showing up. And yet the number doesn't move. Sometimes it's worse than that. It goes up. And that single number can trigger a storm of emotions. You feel like nothing is working. You feel like your effort is pointless. You start thinking, maybe I'm just meant to be this way. This is where most beginners make a critical mistake. They assume the plateau is a sign. They must do something extreme. So they slash calories suddenly, add cardio every day, skip meals, remove entire food groups, start chasing quick fixes. The problem is those reactions are based on anxiety, not data. And anxiety creates chaos. Your goal during a plateau is not to panic. Your goal is to diagnose. Because the body doesn't stop losing fat randomly. If progress is hidden, there's a reason. If progress stopped, there's a reason. And once you understand the reasons, the solution becomes surprisingly simple. Most plateaus happen because of normal math and normal biology, not because something is broken. Here are the main reasons. First, as you lose weight, your body needs fewer calories. This is the one beginners forget. A calorie deficit that worked when you weighed more may become maintenance when you weigh less. So the same plan slowly becomes less effective over time. Second, your body often reduces NEAT without you noticing. NEAT is your non-exercise activity, walking, moving, standing, fidgeting. When you diet, you may subconsciously move less. Less energy leads to less movement, leads to fewer calories burned. So your deficit shrinks again. Third, tracking often drifts. In week 1, you measure everything. In week 5, you eyeball oil and sauces. In week 8, snacks start slipping in. Portions creep up. Not because you're undisciplined, because your brain gets comfortable and stops paying attention. And fourth, water retention. It can completely hide fat loss. This is the most misunderstood part. You can be losing fat, and the scale can show nothing for days or even weeks. Why? Because water weight is influenced by sodium, carbohydrates and glycogen, stress and cortisol, sleep quality, inflammation from new workouts, digestion and constipation, hormonal cycles. So a plateau can mean fat loss is happening, but water is masking it. That's why we don't feel our way through a plateau. We measure and diagnose. Before you change anything, you need to answer one question. Are you truly stuck, or is the scale lying? Because if the scale is lying, changing your plan can actually make things worse. Let's expose how that works. The scale measures total body weight, not fat. Total body weight includes fat, muscle, water, glycogen, food in your digestive system. And water can swing dramatically. A high sodium meal can cause water retention. A harder workout can cause inflammation. More carbohydrates can increase glycogen storage, and glycogen holds water. Stress can increase cortisol, which can affect fluid balance. Poor sleep can do the same. So you might lose 1 pound of fat and retain 1 pound of water. The scale shows zero change, but progress happened. This is why beginners often think they failed, when they're actually winning. That's also why we use better methods than daily scale emotion. Here's the simple method. Weigh daily but don't obsess daily. Track weekly averages. A weekly average smooths out daily water fluctuations. Then add 2 other signals. Waist measurements once per week under the same conditions. Progress photos once per month. If your waist is shrinking, fat loss is happening. Even if the scale is being dramatic. Now, once you understand this, we can move to the fixes. But we're going to rank them in a way that keeps you from wasting effort. We start with the least effective fix, the one that's easiest, and build toward the most effective fix, the one that almost always breaks the stall. Now let's rank the plateau fixes. We'll start with the weakest one because it's the easiest, and work our way up to the one that works, when everything else fails. And when we get to fix number 1, you'll have a complete system to break almost any plateau. Fix number 5, the 14-day rule and better tracking signals. This fix is the least powerful because it doesn't force changes. But it's still important, because the biggest plateau mistake is reacting too fast. Many people call it a plateau after 3 days. That's not a plateau. That's water. So fix number 5 is simple. Don't change the plan until you have 14 days of data. Use weekly averages. Measure your waist once per week. If your waist is shrinking, stay calm and keep going. Because many plateaus are just hidden progress. This fix works best when you recently changed your workouts, you had higher sodium meals, you're stressed or sleeping poorly, you're in a hormonal cycle phase. In those cases, the best move is patience plus data, not panic plus restriction. But if you do have 14 days of data and nothing is changing, we move to fix number 4. Fix number 4, tighten tracking for 7 days. This is the most common real plateau cause. Your deficit disappeared because tracking drifted. So for 7 days, you go into precision mode. Not forever, just 7 days. What kind of problem could we solve? Here's what you do. Measure cooking oils. Measure nut butters. Track sauces and dressings. Track drinks. Stop tiny bites. Repeat simple meals. This is not about being perfect. It's about finding the leak. Most beginners are shocked by what they discover here. A healthy handful of nuts. An extra pour of oil. A coffee drink. A weekend snack habit. Those little things add up. Fix number 4 works because it restores the deficit you thought you had. And often within a week. The scale trend begins moving again. But if tracking is tight and you still want stronger movement, we go to fix number 3. Fix number 3, increase steps. This is one of the smartest plateau fixes because it increases calorie burn without increasing hunger as much as intense cardio. Most people try to break a plateau by doing more workouts, but workouts can spike appetite and increase fatigue. Steps are gentler, and they're powerful because they add up daily. Here's the simple plan. Add 1,000 to 2,000 steps per day for 7 to 10 days. That might mean an extra 10 to 20 minutes of walking, or 2 short walks after meals, or parking farther away, or a walking call. You keep strength training the same, you just increase total daily movement. This often breaks plateaus because it increases energy expenditure. It improves blood sugar control. It reduces stress. It's sustainable. Now, if you combine fix number 4 and fix number 3, tight tracking and higher steps, you've already created a stronger deficit without doing anything extreme. But if you still need a direct adjustment, we go to fix number 2. Fix number 2, reduce calories slightly. This fix is powerful, but it needs discipline and patience. Not extreme discipline, smart discipline. Remember what we said earlier. As you lose weight, your maintenance calories decrease. So what used to be a deficit may no longer be. Fix number 2 is a small calorie reduction. Cut 100 to 200 calories per day. That's it. Not 500. not 1,000, not starvation, just 100 to 200. This small cut is often enough to restore a deficit without triggering intense hunger. How do you cut 100 to 200 calories? Remove one small snack. Reduce cooking oil slightly. Swap a calorie-dense treat for a lower-calorie option. Adjust portion size just a little. And keep protein high. Protein makes the deficit feel easier. Now, what if you do fix number 2 and you still don't see scale movement? That's when we use fix number 1, the strongest plateau breaker. Because fix number 1 doesn't just try to fix the plateau, it forces the truth to show up. If you do fix number 1 correctly and your weekly average still doesn't change, then it's not a mystery anymore. What kind of problem could we solve? You'll know exactly what's happening and exactly what to adjust next. Here's fix number 1. Fix number 1, the 7-day plateau breaker protocol. This is the ultimate reset. Because it removes noise. It removes guessing. It removes inconsistency. It's not meant to be your diet forever. It's a 7-day protocol designed to do one thing: reveal what's actually happening. Here's the full protocol. For 7 days, eat the same breakfast and lunch each day. Choose meals you can repeat easily. For example, breakfast, Greek yogurt plus berries plus measured granola. Lunch, chicken bowl with rice and vegetables. The goal is consistency. Hit your protein target daily. Protein keeps hunger under control and protects muscle. Add 2,000 steps per day to your normal routine. This increases burn without crushing recovery. Keep strength training 3 times in the week. Don't change your training dramatically. Just stay consistent. Keep sodium relatively stable. Don't suddenly go from ultra-processed salty food to extremely low sodium. Large sodium swings cause water swings. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Sleep reduces hunger and helps stabilize water retention. Weigh daily and compare weekly averages. Do not obsess over daily numbers. Look at the weekly average before and after the protocol. What happens when you do this? One of 2 things. Either your weekly average drops, meaning you weren't stuck and you were inconsistent or masked by water. Or it doesn't drop, meaning your intake is likely closer to maintenance than you realized and you need a small adjustment. Either way, you now have clarity. This is why fix number 1 is the most effective, because it removes confusion, and clarity is what creates progress. Before we finish, let's quickly talk about what makes plateaus worse. Mistake 1, cutting calories too low. This increases hunger, reduces energy, and often triggers binge cycles. Mistake 2, adding too much cardio. Cardio can help, but doing a lot of intense cardio often increases appetite and fatigue. Mistake 3, changing the plan every 3 days. Your body needs time. 3 days is not data. Mistake 4, ignoring sleep and stress. Poor sleep can stall progress through cravings, lower NE8, and water retention. Here's what I want you to remember. A plateau isn't failure. A plateau is feedback. It's your body telling you that something in the system needs adjustment, or that progress is being hidden. Start with the ranked fixes. First, don't panic. Use the 14-day rule. Then tighten tracking. Then increase steps. Then make a small calorie cut. And if you want the strongest method, run the 7-day plateau breaker protocol. Because once you do that, you'll stop guessing. And when you stop guessing, you stop restarting. In the next video, we're going to talk about something that confuses almost everyone: fat loss versus weight loss. Because many people think they're failing when they're actually making the best progress of their life. Knowledge is infinite, and what I know is, honestly, just a grain of sand in the desert. Hitting the like button and subscribing is totally free, but it's a huge motivation for me to keep making better videos for you. Thank you so much for your support. I hope this gave you some helpful insights into health. If you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, feel free to drop them below.